What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And yes, I know it's been a while and you're here because we got some new content coming to you, and we'll get an update on the Red Cat. It's been a while, a lot of changes with that thing, but let's get to the main story here. I got a HB Toys RB1003, so it's a baby blue Bronco. This thing is a TRX4, kind of like a clone. It does have some cool options with like locking diffs, supposed Metal Gear servo, but you know, it's probably going to be junk. And most importantly, it has like this cool DumboRc receiver and remote. So first things first, let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. It does look really awesome and very scale-like, and can't wait to get to driving. So let's go ahead, open up this box, and first thing we see is the DumboRc transmitter. Now I have a couple of DumboRc transmitters because I also have like some smaller scale crawler things that I kind of got into, and my LDRC uses a Dumbo product, so I know that's going to be good and it's cheap, so if something breaks we can always replace it for not that much money. God damn. Holy shit. Looks like it comes with a couple of tools, a charger, and nothing else in the box. So yeah, check it out. This thing looks really awesome. I like the LEDs. It's got a winch and tow hooks. They're actually metal, so that's actually really cool. Oh, there goes the little hook. But yeah, this is awesome. So supposedly all this stuff works with the remote, and we are going to test all this stuff out. So it actually came with like a different style hook, some wrenches and stuff like that. So looks like when we take this out, we can swap that hook out for the nice little red one, because I think that one's gonna be like easier to use. So let's go ahead and take this film off of the truck. What's sad is this thing's gonna get totally freaking abused and it ain't gonna look so clean and pretty for too much longer. Now what's cool about these Dumbo remotes is that you could put AA's in it, or you could do what I did and slap a lithium battery in there. So that's the lithium I use in my SandWow remote for my Red Cat, and there you have it. Turns on, works perfectly. So after pushing in the fender clips there, you can remove the body, and you can see we have a battery, Hobbywing ESC. We gotta change those little ports on there, but that ain't nothing. We have a 2-speed trans, we have locking diffs, a Dumbo receiver, and this tray here, I heard some people were putting like different batteries and stuff up there, but probably won't do that. It has this nice big old motor. Like I said, it comes with a 2S. We'll be swapping that out to a bigger battery, of course, but let's go ahead and take this little guy out. And of course I would use the dullest scissors known to all man. And yes, that's my daughter singing in the background. But anyways, it's cool. It has this little Velcro strap, so we can undo that and swap out the batteries. This tray should be able to fit like a nice larger square battery and potentially like a LCG. So as you can see here, we lined this bad boy up, and let's see if it fits in the tray. Now I had these from my original Red Cat build, and look at that. It fits flawlessly, and we actually even have some room there. So what's cool is that I have two of these guys, They're 5200s, whereas this pack is like 3800. But anyways, let's go ahead and swap this over so you can see that pin is on nickel when it needs to be on lithium. So we're gonna move that little pin over to the left just to make sure everything's good and safe. The front pin is for like different brake setups, so we're gonna see what we need to do with that. But what's cool about this V3, it has an interior, it has this winch, has the locking diffs and 2-speed transmission. Just realized these mirrors fold in. The suspension feels great. I like the little roof rack. It has a little snorkel. Can't really complain about this, especially for the price. Guys, you can get this thing like sometimes on sale for like $239 to $289. Just make sure you get the one with the DumboRc electronics. That way you know you're getting the latest and greatest with this. So once you power it on, you got all these blinking flashing lights, and when you turn on the remote, it should auto sync and then make them turn off. So it's pretty cool, and let's go ahead and check out all these functions. So the left top switch is locking the front diff, and the right one locks the rear diff, which is pretty cool. We have the Lightbar switch. They say there's like 20 or 30 different types of lights for the LED bar, which is kind of insane. So we got like police lights, police strobes. I mean, this thing is kind of ridiculous. Rainbow colors, rainbow strobe, what in the world? Rasta colors. Okay, Night Rider, and then off. Okay, so that's pretty cool. This bottom one is hazards and police mode, I guess. That's different. Okay. Well then, we're definitely learning. I guess when you hit the police mode lights, it turns off like the LED bar, which is kind of cool. So we got signal lights as well when we turn the wheel. It feels pretty quick for what it is, but I know that thing is kind of weak. Throttle modulation, oh shoot, is good. Gonna have to get used to that for sure. The weight of this thing is kind of insane. All right, so this switch is like headlights and high beams. That's really freaking cool. And then this will be our 2-speed transmission. So when that light is green by the thumb, it's in high gear. So just a little hint for you guys. So this left dial is the winch, and it's adjustable speed, which is pretty cool. So when you hear it beep in the middle, that's when it kind of stops. So that's a pretty cool feature. You can kind of gauge the length you want to pull it to or how fast. The switch on the right is for the drag brake, so we're gonna have to figure out how to use that guy. And kind of spoke too soon. So what I did, because I was playing with this, moving it back and forth between the different modes, and I couldn't get it to work, so I just pulled the pin itself, and now we have an adjustable drag brake. So it's kind of weird that it worked like that, but as you can see, it's free rolling. And then when I move this dial and spin it to the right all the way, this adjusts as like how aggressive the drag brake is. So as you can see, I move it and now it just stops. Kind of crazy. I guess it's just a little of an error with the ESC, but yeah. And as you can see, we have our 2-speed switch working. This thing gets up and moves pretty quickly, which is kind of insane. But yeah, that's a really cool feature of having this adjustable drag brake on here, and that's gonna help us when we're out on the trails crawling and stuff like that. Speaking of which, we totally went on a little trail sesh with a couple of friends who are also into drifting and all got into crawlers. So in all honesty, this thing is actually insanely capable. I will say, going on this quick little trail with all my buddies, we did realize that the stock steering servo is pretty weak. It would like bump steer off of some rocks and stuff like that and not hold itself because of it. So I went ahead and ordered a Amazon 35 kg waterproof servo. That way we can go ahead and bring this back onto this trail or even more serious trails and see how it performs. So I ended up taking it out to the Little Big Econ State Forest up in like the Oviedo, Geneva area. Really decided to put it through its paces. So we tried to see how waterproof it is, and honest to God, I sunk this thing completely twice and realized the link was the steering servo as mentioned prior. So that's cool and all. Very easy upgrade like I mentioned earlier. And we found this one area that had this nice bridge and huge inclines and water. We probably sat here for like an hour just going up and down and up and down, and it was just so much fun. I mean, I never would have thought I would have gotten this deep into this hobby, and it's only gonna get worse. So but after all that, look how nasty this thing is. I mean, it is so bad. So definitely gotta go ahead and clean this bad boy off. And something with that orange sludge did not want to come off. So I really had to scrub the crap out of this thing with like a microfiber and stuff like that. And here's just some of the cleaning process that it took to get this bad boy cleaned off. So even after all that cleaning, we still got sand that's just chilling out in here. But the new servo came in, so we're definitely going to take this bad boy off. Seems pretty simple to do. I think it's just a couple of bolts there and that brace. And then I think it's just one screw that for the linkage. But this is what we ordered, 35 kg brushless servo. It's cool because it comes with like metal links and servo horns. So we're gonna see if all this plugs and plays. So as you can see right there, that is the steered linkage bolt, and we're gonna undo that. Big thing with all this is yeah, you see that some of these bolts are a little crusty. I wish these were stainless, and probably will do that in a future upgrade. Just start replacing everything with stainless screws. But very simple. Took the top brace off. The servo wire goes through these little clips to hold it neatly. So we're gonna unplug it from the receiver, fish it out from the holders, and then we should be able to unplug it. So we took those screws off, and you can see just wiggled it around some and it popped right out. So pretty cool. All I did was just take the one screw out of the servo horn there, and I think we're gonna have to reuse this because it is a different length than the one that comes with the servo horn, but it's metal anyways, so that's awesome. So can't really complain. But these do look, to be fairly similar in size and shape, so who knows, maybe they come from the same manufacturer, but definitely their outputs are far different from one another. So definitely going to put this thing on the side. Should be good as a backup just in case anything happens. And we're just gonna slap this all right back together. So first things first, you know, you're going to want to plug in the servo and make sure everything is zeroed out and centered. So did that first. As you can see, I already ran the wires through the clips, put the servo back in, make sure the signal wire is where it needs to go and matching all the other plugs on the receiver. And when you power this on, you just want to zero out any sub trims that you have on the remote, and that is it. You plug it all back together and you are good to go. So that pretty much sums up the unboxing and first initial test with this rig. Guys, stay tuned for a lot more. Definitely going to be doing more with this rig. I'll leave a link in the description below of the truck and the servo. And with that, guys, I will catch you all in the next one.